Hi, this is Reese from CreataCRM, and today we're going to be showing you how to manage your inventory inside of Creator. Now, what we have done this is that there's been a lot of limitations of the accounting system software packages, the base packages that people use. So the ones that have gone to the cloud, and I can't use their names, but what we find is that they have limited ability, especially in multiple warehousing situations here. So where a lot of our clients have moved to some cloud software and realizes that their company has exploded on because they can't move their inventory around warehouse to warehouse on there. And to move to a higher end, the company would do an upsell. It would cost them up to $100,000 plus, just to do a inventory stock management, which isn't. It is something that people put a lot of money on it, and there's some cool stuff out there. But what we have tried to do is solve the problem for our clients, because what we have found that there's a lot of products out there, but they're getting snap-on to snap-on to snap-on products, and all of a sudden you have this business that has 20 add-ons everywhere. So you got a CRM package, you have an inventory package, you have a accountancy package, you have this package and that package, and it's becoming very fractured. So we've integrated this one, and we'll show you how this works. So hopefully this video helps you. So inside of Creator, we now have warehouse. So it's in the sales section over here, and you've got a couple of elements here. You've got the warehouse, shipments, and orders along here. Now this is integrating to MYOB, but what you would have to do is turn off the inventory items if you want to manage inventory for Creator. We still can push into the accountancy packages, but just is inventory would have to be turned off. So let's now create a warehouse. So we're going to go to Sydney warehouse, because that's what we are. Prevents over shipment, yes, and we save and close. We can do start adding all these different warehouses. Melbourne. There you go. Save and close. So we now have all these different warehouses that we have inside of Creator. Perth, as you don't want to forget those people over there. Save and close. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add inventory items to the warehousing. So you go to Sydney. We're going to now click on new item here. Now we're going to choose the products that we want to manage inventory for that particular warehouse. We will choose a D-Link, save and close that. Now we will choose another random product, and we will choose sellable item. There you go. So save and close those things. Now these are the list of items that we manage. Now you've got here the ones that are on hand, ones that are committed, ones available on order and future availability. So now we're going to actually add the stocks on them itself. So you can hover your mouse button over here to the D-Links and click on new stock. And adding new stock for the start of inventory new. Okay, great. So we can click create new stock. Now what we want to do is we're going to, it gives you a list here. Now what we want to just go, well, how many do we want to add at the moment on hand? So we're going to click on this element over here and say, I want to count 100. So we've brought 100 across into Sydney, save and close that. And it still hasn't completed. It's got a date stamp, so it won't show up on this particular inventory item. If you click on Sydney over here, still there's 0 on hand. So you've got this element here, and still there's none on stock. And we've got here the stock take here is where we've got them here. So we've got to actually complete this entry. So you go, yep, there's going to be 100 that we're adding onto the D-Link section. So when we go back to Sydney here, you've got the items. You've got 100 on hand, none committed, and so forth, and sellable items here. So you can see here that you've now, when you go to warehouses here, it's nice and fast. You've got Melbourne, Sydney, and you've got different elements where you can see the stock for Perth and Sydney as well. Pretty simple there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just create orders here. So I've got a few orders I've already done here that you click on the new order just to manage the stock. So we're going to click on order and choose the account that you want to have with that order. So choose database partners. And we just company as well. Don't need to do this, but I'm just grabbing a number of elements there and save and close that. From that, you've got the line items. We're just going to order a few products here. We're going to be going to Sydney, so we're going to go to Sydney warehouse and choose the stock on hand, which is going to be D-Link D70. Is that right? There it is. And we're going to have 20, probably 20 items. Okay, save and close. So you've got these items along here that you want to use. Next thing you want to do is we're going to actually want to ship these items across. So we click on the little ship button just to send them across. This is a test, and we're going to have a tracking number here as well. Date that we're going to ship. Now you can copy addresses from all the different elements, contact, company and so forth. You can move across here, and you can, if there's multiple items, you can just minus this section over here and that will remove it from the shipping. So you can just do one at a time. So we're going to ship this one here. For this one here, I've made a few orders in between. So at the moment you can see here in the Sydney warehouse you've got 9 in warehouse, 20 requests and 20 to ship, and so it helps. You've got 70 in hand that you can send across, so you save and close that. So if we go to the Sydney warehouse here, we can actually now see all the transaction records. We've had minus 20 and all these elements here, so you can see the stock itself is the items from the stock. You've now got 70 across, 5 committed from previous order that has not been submitted, and available 5. So you can actually have elements where you can have people committing 2 orders as well. So that helps that particular area there. Now the great things you still can do with integrate with other accounting systems, you still can actually order the stock directly into one accounting system to manage a general ledger. But what we are doing now is for those companies that you can now start to simply manage different locations for your business and send shipping out and manage the inventory and locations in one area. So that's all it is really. It's just really a transaction record that you can have an audit trail of where what's on hand, what stock's available with your organization. So I hope this helps. There's a lot more information about this, but just as the basic overview of it, managing inventory and having multiple warehouses in one location, and still you can integrate your system into basic accounting packages, so you can then simply not have the big bills for your business. Thanks. Hope this helps.